We're going to do just static holds first. So we'll have you get up there, we'll have legs together, and we'll say on the bar, spotters will steady them out, and then we'll have you go open, and you're going to hold for a 2 count, then you'll relax it. Again, you have to reactivate the upper musculature, and then go closed. You're going to hold it, and then we'll go back and forth a little bit, see what this feels like just in static poses. All right, on the bar, thumbs around, legs together, and open, 1001, 1002, relax, and closed, 1001, 1002, relax, and open, 1001, 1002, relax, legs together, and close, 1001, 1002, relax. Good job. Switch up. Initiate your swing. Good job. Start your swing. Take a break. Good job. Got a huge lat pull down there on Ronnie, for sure. Yeah, Ronnie's popping out to a front lever on every one of his. I like it. It's the haircut's what it is. Let me ask this question. Who had the largest open and closed swing? No. Absolutely. Did you see her hands? Did you see that? I mean, she literally could let go of that bar and re-grab. She had such a large open and closed swing. Can you do one more of those? Can you get Dan there to help you up?
Yeah.
Take a break. That's a huge open and closed movement, right? You can see momentum there. You can see so much momentum in the movement that your hands literally start to open up, right? What's going to shallow that out is when we add that pull to it. And it'll shallow it dramatically. Here's the other thing too. We always want to be cognizant of the fact that this tissue is only going to go so far, right? It's only going to go so far forward, right? So far open. So we want to make sure that all of that is nice and active. And I wouldn't want that thing getting any bigger than that. All right, this is just to initiate a good open and closed momentum movement. Then we're going to add that pull. So people will say all the time, once again, when do I pull? Well, when you feel that wrist break, pull the crap out of it. You're going to go up. You've got that momentum coming back because it's coming to break on the open swing. I mean, from the open to the closed swing. So you're now in that closed position, pull it. You're ready. I mean, think about this. Here's our hang, and now we're going up. Pull, right? And we figure out this cadence and nice and flow. When we get to that top, here's the next cue. We're going to clear the bar, right? We're going to make sure that nose and chin does not touch the bar in the descent. So it's just enough to clear that bar, and then we're coming swinging forward again, using the momentum of our body going forward with active controlled descent. All right? We don't deactivate that shoulder girdle and go forward. We also don't, you'll hear the term push away. We don't push away this direction. We don't push directly under the bar, right? And how many people do you see, they just drop under that bar, right? And they look like they're asking a huge question, like, why does my shoulders hurt? And the reality is all their body weight's just going straight down. There's nothing in this that has a cadence if you're just dropping directly into that bar. Think about that too. If you drop directly under that bar, where are you at? You're ground zero again. You're starting over. So it's kind of like a bad deadlift. Let's readdress, figure out what the hell's going on here. So we'll tell people to push away from the bar. For me, it's never this. It's just enough to clear, active control descent, coming back and forth, open and closed. Ask your question again where they can hear it.
The band versus the jumping pull-up. Because I was on bands, I switched to jumping, and I don't feel like I've made any kind of progress like I was doing with the bands, and what's the difference and why?
All right, so think about exactly what you're training for when you're doing something like that. You're going for speed, really. You're not working the strength of the movement, and you're not working control. So yeah, you're going to get a lot of pull-ups in a minute, but is it really a pull-up, and what are you working on? And the other thing is injury, like we keep talking about. If you're just jumping up and down, where's that pressure going? You're popping that elbow joint in and out. All your body weight is now going here, spastically, no control. You're not activating your lats, you're not activating your shoulders. So what is it really teaching you? I mean, we all go for speed, we all look at that clock, but sometimes in movements like this, is that going to gain strength? And you just said you're not getting anywhere, okay? So why not slow it down a little bit, patience, work the strength of the movement, get control, and get the strength where you need it, instead of popping that weak elbow joint in and out and not getting anything out of it, okay?
I mean, you're using a lot of lower body muscles just to rise up and down that bar. And If we're going to do a pull-up, then let's do a pull-up. And if it means we've got work to do that, then let's do it. And there's obviously so many other things in the gym that will complement that. Kettlebell swings, row, Olympic lifting, etc. Working strict press overhead. You know, some of the dynamic stretches we did this morning, that inchworm, push-ups. The things that we did yesterday on support drills for rings. You know, all of this stuff will work toward it. But also just working that movement, doing a little thing called greasing the groove, right? Might want to do that a little bit more. And working some negatives on it, using that band, and then starting to bring that band down to a lighter band, right? The thing is, we can do this kipping swing with that band too. And we can take that scale and make it less and less. So we can still have some kipping movement going on with this pull-up. But we want to work that dead hang as well. We also want to make sure we're working as much as possible to make that muscle develop. Yeah, that's going to be the adaptation that you want to get. You know, we want to challenge that body to a point where, okay, I'm now strong enough to hit that. And I know what you're saying too. You know, it's strength first. Yeah, I think. You know, that's my humble opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Wrap that leg. Okay, we want to make sure that this is right here on the sternum, and always grab the quad. Don't sit here and touch it. Literally grab the quad. She's just going to knock out a couple swings and add her pull-ups to it. We can always say push away from that bar at the top. There's a good open and close movement right there. Take a break. Even the dogs over in the alley love it. So we can see that we still have the same movement she had without that scale, right? Now, a couple of things. If you don't like that band touching your nose, look up. There's some pros and cons to using this thing, especially if you close that hip. If you close that hip and that movement as you start to come back, you're going to almost pop out to kind of like that front lever or that ice cream maker we were doing yesterday. So be cognizant of that. That's one reason that I keep the leg straight and I wrap the other one to it to try to make sure the legs are nice and tight. She still has a kipping swing in here, right? But if she gets off in any of that movement, if she was brand new to this and just trying to learn how to make that body go forward and back, I can hold that quad and make sure that her swing is fluid. I can literally control her entirely versus standing back here going, well, you're doing it wrong. Well, I don't know why you're all over the place, right? Just reach up here and telegraph good movement. There's nothing wrong with grabbing that body and saying, okay, push away at the top. Your chest is coming forward to that band. What is that? Open. Chest here, feet here. As she starts to go backwards of that, she's going to squeeze that hollow, controlling that hip, driving that pull. What she's going to do, go right back up. If she does not push away from the bar, that's another thing that this band will help with. In other words, if she drops directly underneath the bar, well, at least we got some scale there for you, right? And what we're going to do is say, no, 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 I don't want to do that. I want you to push away from the bar, clear the nose and chin, come back, go open, and reverse of that. This thing will let them kind of get that cadence. I got people in the gym all the time that go grab that band when they get up to work out like Angie, because why? We know that eventually maybe they don't have the strength to go through the entire movement, right? But right there's a scale that we can use. They've also got to understand, though, that they really have to control that midline stabilization. They've got to understand what this hollow means, okay? Let me show you one thing that we can do for that. Amy, I'm going to steal you a second. I want you to just come up here and lay on the ladder, okay? Because I have people all the time that they just don't get this hollow thing at all. They don't understand what midline stabilization means when you ask for it. So go ahead and just put your arms above you like you're grabbing a bar, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to have this costal arch go down to her hip, and I'm going to have her hands and feet come off the ground. We're going to hold a hollow position, kind of a large one here. So are you ready? Hollow. Good. We see that back flatten out. Lumbar curve is going, right? Go ahead and start to rock. Big rock. See, that's a contraction there. So let's show you what this rock looks like. Come here, Jeannie. That's a crunch. So she'll go hollow, and then she'll start to rock.
Oh, okay.
So make a big rock out of it. But what are we doing here? We're keeping that hollow body position the whole way. So come try that. Because this is kind of going on in that swing. So hollow body position, now start your rock. And what I'm going to watch is that rib cage down and make sure that thing stays tight all the way through. Good, good, good. One more. Take a break. Now we can make this harder. Oh, don't go away, Amy. We're not done with you yet. We're going to see what's behind door number 3. This is going to be great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a little bit of leverage away from her, make her fight for it a little bit harder. So what I want you to do now is put your hands right up here above you. Now bring your feet off the ground, hit your hollow. Now start your rock. This really takes some of that leverage away, makes you really fight for this, right? And it's a huge pressure on that midline stabilization to maintain it. We'll make it just a little bit harder for you, okay? We're almost done with door number 3 is coming up. So go ahead and put your hands up above you. You just wish you were gone now, right? And go to that hollow position for me. Squeeze that. Now roll left. It goes, yep, all the way. It goes Superman. Now roll back. Hollow, keeping everything nice and tight. Roll left. Keep it tight. Hollow. Excuse me, Superman. I confused you. Hollow. One more time, roll back. We'll say Supergirl. And roll back. And take a break. So putting these in your warm-up and workout certainly going to get somebody an understanding of what's going on here, right? We have an open and closed movement going on the ground, right? We can make it an exercise. It's a fun jar of suck, okay?